you would introduce yourselves.
Karen Paramanandam from Edgewood, New Mexico.
I'm sorry, Miss Ling Sullivan from Edgewood, New Mexico.
All right, and what do you guys do here at NoM? What did you do?
So this inaugural NomCon, we heard about it just through social media, and I knew about it because I do a lot of business in Santa Fe, and my friend Zane is with Extraordinary Structures, and so I heard about it specifically through the Rosie build, and we signed up to be volunteers. I saw it online, and I told my daughter, it's my daughter by the way, that we should go do this, and we didn't really know because there wasn't really a whole lot of complete explanation of what was going to happen, but we kind of had the gist of the idea, and so we signed up as volunteers. Yes, that's what we did.
So when you came in, what kinds of things did you maybe think might be going on at a convention like this?
Good question. We knew about the Rosie build, obviously. What did you expect?
Actually, I was quite expecting of people planning on doing big projects in their areas and finding other people, and that's very loud.
The rest of us thinking about it. The rest of us were like,
Yeah, that might spike your audio there.
Yeah.
We of course wanted to meet Adam Savage because we have, we follow him, on his show, Untested, and she grew up, watching MythBusters, and so we knew, some of what he was going to be talking about. What I didn't expect was meeting all the great, local makers that in New Mexico, which was very cool. I was a little disappointed that a lot of the Santa Fe makers weren't here. There's a few, but not very many. And yeah,
So now, what do you guys do outside of this?
What do you do?
You're supposed to do it first.
Huh?
You're supposed to do it first.
Yeah, no, you go first. You go first. I talk all the time.
I've been talking for 3 hours. I am a live streamer and an artist on Twitch. I stream games and I make things and I cosplay.
Cosplay. What else? That's pretty much it. Streaming, making, cosplay, do props, make costumes.
So do you think you got anything during this convention that might benefit your experiences or suggest ways you might be able to help others?
Got some cool connections, some ideas that I might implement on my own stream, some people I might contact to do some cooperative projects with. Contacts, a lot of them.
All right, and how about your answer to both those? What do you do outside of this?
So outside of this, I am in business development for a solar company here in New Mexico. I do I work across the state, so I work, from southern New Mexico all the way up to northern New Mexico, but I'm pretty centralized in Edgewood, so it's really kind of a good spot to be. But as far as the maker world, I come from a background of theater. I was a set designer, and I love to make props and costumes and do makeup and funky set design, and I'm a recovering theater person, let's put it that way.
that's fun.
So
I would love to do it again, but I just, at the moment, it's a little outside of my, not ability, but time ability, let's put it that way.
And so did you find anything here that suggests potential leads or connections or things you could benefit from or things you can benefit?
Yeah, absolutely. I love the connections with the other makers in the rest of the state of New Mexico, and then in some of the regions in the country that are near and dear to my heart, like Tennessee it's where I went to undergraduate, and then Indiana, which is where I went to grad school, and I have lots of family in those areas, family and friends in those areas, and I'm excited to get my friends and family connected with these people so they can participate in maker events and maybe go to NomCon next year. And I think, for me personally, I see kind of a vision that, and Ling and I have been talking about this, an inspiration to maybe possibly start a makerspace in Edgewood, which is very rural. And there's actually a lot of makers there. I just think they don't necessarily identify as makers, and kind of show them a new market and a new way to do things. Maybe we can learn a lot of things from them, and they can learn some things from us. We are, I would say, more tech savvy, among our small group of friends that we've met so far. And so, what that could mean to the community.
So you got some links here that would maybe facilitate some of that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, especially for rural communities, because that's very unique. The needs of rural communities are different from the needs of large cities like Albuquerque or Santa Fe even, or, San Francisco, for Pete's sake. A rural community is in many ways much more isolated, but also because they're isolated, they tend to be much more self-sufficient as well. And that's where I think that makerspace would actually be helpful.
So any closing thoughts from either of you on this?
What's the best thing you did this weekend?
I don't know, painting was pretty great.
The painting of that backdrop was definitely one of the most challenging things and the best things. So
the backdrop on the main stage?
Yes, so Ling and I were tasked with matching the colors of the logo, like 8 colors of the logo, with actual paint. And that was a daunting task, which we didn't realize was a daunting task until we actually started. But I'm thrilled by the way that backdrop showed up. It's beautiful, and I hope it travels to Nashville. I hope to see it again. Yeah.
Well, thank you for your help on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And best of luck in your personal ventures.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.